Australians are buying more hybrid cars than ever before, with sales that have just come in showing that sales have more than doubled on hybrids in the last year alone. Now, hybrid cars use a combination of electric charging and internal combustion. More than 53,000 were bought here last year. That is according to sales data released today by the industry's biggest lobby group. Now, to talk us through this trend, I'm now joined by Dani Alexander from the UNSW Energy Institute. Dani, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So, hybrids. What is behind the surge of hybrid car sales? Why aren't people just buying pure electric cars that don't have any internal combustion?
It's really interesting data coming out today, particularly because we saw that hybrids are no longer eligible for the exemption to the fringe benefit scheme since April last year. What this tells us is that range anxiety is still an issue for Australians. And I think this is particularly relevant for Australia because we have longer distances to travel than, say, our European counterparts.
And so do you drive an EV or hybrid? Do you share any of these concerns about driving at long distances and being worried that you can't charge your car?
Absolutely. So we do have a full electric vehicle, and this was the first year at Christmas that we took our annual trip up to Brisbane in it from Sydney. And it was something that we were thinking about as we left the city as to where we're going to charge our car. We were really lucky that we had sufficient information and no trouble at all with getting up to Brisbane and back again. But it was something that was an extra burden to carry as we were planning out our road trip. What's crucial in the future is that as electric vehicle car sales, we also increase the infrastructure available to those cars that are on the roads.
Yeah, Dani, I've done stories on how hard it is to get infrastructure to charge your EV put into apartments. Those are the sorts of barriers there that you're talking about, I assume.
That's right. We really need to have all of the stakeholders working together to make it work, because the private sector alone will find it challenging to install these, building the business case alone, given the asset utilisation of this infrastructure at certain times of the year.
And so, Dani, one of the biggest sellers of hybrids here is Toyota, and it's been pushing these hybrids over EVs. Do you think this is also a case of Australians just buying what's on offer by companies as well?
I think the availability of models is a crucial factor in the choice when it comes to buying a vehicle of any kind. And we're really pleased to see that we are seeing many more models coming online that are electric or hybrid. There are other hybrid models. I've seen the BYD Shark being taken up very strongly. It has other benefits to those who drive it, for particularly those that are in trades where they can charge their power tools on the car as well as using it for transport.
And despite what you're saying here of this hybrid decision-making by Australians, we still have people buying tens of thousands of those pure EVs a year. One of the really interesting things is that Tesla, its sales are down 24% in a year. Is this the Elon Musk effect?
I can't comment on individuals' perspectives on other people, but what I do know is that we are seeing a lot more availability of lower cost models of EVs, and we're seeing that at a global level, leading to companies like BYD coming through as the biggest car sales worldwide. Again, what we want to see is more options available to everyone at whatever price point that they need to be able to take that choice, because we actually need by 2035 at least half of our cars on the road to be electric.